Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to part 2 of the Top Secret SI box set review. Man, I have been so impressed by this book, The Administrator's Guide for Top Secret. Now, I thought I was going to get, a bunch of crunchy rules and a bunch of facts and figures and numbers. Not a bit of it. This is everything you need to know to run any RPG. Maybe not the 4D, thing that's going around, but you know what? If you've never ran a game and you don't know how to run a game and you don't even know what game to run, I'm telling you, this book right here, which you can find on Scribd for free. I don't know if you can print it, but there's other places to find it. But the box set, I saw a really nice copy for like $25. Well worth the price. It's just this book alone. So many of the techniques and the theories that we talk about, here on the interwebs. Speaking of webs, all here. I would be willing to bet that this book actually formulated and codified all of the techniques that we use today with regards to dungeon mastering or game mastering, refereeing a game, whatever you want to call it. Everything was here, including different ways, different styles of play, and knowing your group and knowing yourself and knowing what you want to accomplish with the game, all right here. And I really can't recommend this book enough. If you don't have it, find a way to get it, and or just read it, for free, the PDF. It's only 50 some odd pages, including a couple of the appendixes. One of which is a really good one, which is the glossary of espionage related terms, bird dog, buzzing, cartridge, things like that, EV, dead drops, and ICBM, and it's just a valuable resource right there, just so you can understand the world of the world of espionage, the world of the spy, the secret agent, that sort of thing. But if you wanted to run a Western game or a post-apocalyptic game, anything but a strict fantasy game, Top Secret would be all you need to run it. Percentile skill-based system with some perks and things you can buy for your character, including obviously equipment, things like that. And speaking of equipment, the next book in line is the equipment book, which I found rather amusing. The most of it's actually made up by character sheets and dossiers and things like that you can pull out of the middle. But the prices of things were just, honestly, some of these things are cheaper now, except firearms, which are insanely priced here in my state. Elsewhere, it'd be interesting to compare. But a trail bug for $100, I could buy them for 10 right now. I could buy them for 10. Wired microphone, $25. Walkie-talkie, $50. That's not too bad. A 22 ballpoint pen, $250. I can go to Home Depot right now and make one for 12. The Switchblade, $35. Actually, I paid double that for my last one. Brass knuckles, $5. Good luck finding them. Things like that. Mostly things you shouldn't own, or at least you shouldn't own outside your house. A lot of these things that I just mentioned, you can legally own. You just can't take them outside. So whatever. 22 revolver, $100. I'll take 10 right now at that price. The 9mm Parabellum Mauser, $16.25. At a zero in some cases, depending on exactly what you want. But coolest gun ever, right, folks? But also it goes into military weapons, spy gadgets, explosives, that sort of thing. And then in the back, it then goes into more equipment, tools of the trade, bulletproof vest, $250. I my last one I paid for $200. Concealed armor $450. Some of the stuff that's coming out today would blow this stuff away, but of course, this is meant to be run in the 80s or 90s, maybe 60s and 50s, that sort of thing. But if you don't mind the prices, you could easily run this any era. Automobiles, very generic. It really could have used more. But then there's an equipment book coming out, two-wheeled vehicles. A bicycle cost $300 back in the 80s. I think not. Really, these folks could have done with a little bit more research into the things. A tank at a mere, the tank isn't priced, but a small helicopter, 30 grand. Yeah, I'll take two. One for me, one for the boy, and we'll race helicopters, right? Settings and scenarios, a nice little book that's mostly made up of an adventure and, of course, more character dossier, character sheets, and it also goes over the map section. It tells you, it describes the different map areas, offices, hotels, restaurants, residence, warehouse, factory, airport, airplane, train cars, tramp, steamer, and then Operation Arrowhead. All of that for $25 is a steal these days. Just absolutely a steal. And if you're a fan of espionage and you want to run it, I know it's potentially the least popular role-playing genre out there, but it's one of my favorites for obvious reasons. Those of you who know me know. Otherwise, it's still a great backup game to run other genres. Horror would work, like I said before, Western and sci-fi and post-apocalyptic. If you're a percentile guy and you like skill-based systems and you like simplicity, like I said before with the combat system, you roll your percentile dice, you know whether you hit, where you hit, and how much damage. Excellent RPG. Now, later on this week, I am going to cover Operation Starfire. Look at that. Parachuting in with a freaking motorcycle, with a grenade launcher, couple of machine guns, jet boosting, just crazy. And they run for like $7 grand according to the price guide. I'm like, sure. There's no way the U.S. government or any other government would allow something like that to roll off the assembly line for $7 grand. But this adventure is already just, it's a blast. It's incredibly humorous. It's meant to be run as a cinematic experience with 3 acts and, a bit railroady. But, it's supposed to be a spy movie, so buckle in and enjoy the ride, because I've already got about 10 pages in and I would love to run it, but even more, I would love to play it. And if I could find somebody who would run it and then, give me a short case of amnesia, I'd be right there, ready to rock and roll. I mean, this is just all kinds of crazy. But I don't want to go too much into it because that's probably my Friday video. But again, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts if you'd ever contemplate running or playing an espionage game, and if so, why? And if not, why the hell not? It's a great way to get into role-playing games for beginners, because we've all seen a James Bond movie or a spy thriller, Mission Impossible, that sort of thing. I find that it's a far shorter stretch of the imagination to be embroiled in or sucked into some sort of espionage thing. My favorite comedy movie of all time, Real Men. I could run Real Men using Top Secret with little work whatsoever, and it would be hysterical, especially for someone who's never seen the movie. Oh man, that would be great. If I could find somebody who wanted to do that, absolutely fantastic. But you guys, please let me know what you think. What game you're running next? I'd love to hear that too. Anything you guys have to critique about this, I'd love to hear it, because Top Secret is just one of those gems that just needs a little bit more love, and I'm going to spend the next 2 months giving it some love and sharing with you all of the books in my library, which is all of the top secret books except 2, and I'm working on getting them, but I might have to do the PDF thing just because it's not quite into the buying season. You can check out my eBay videos, pachow, to learn more about that. But until next time, folks, thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for playing along. I love you guys. I will see you real soon. Wednesday night on Gatekeepers, and then Thursday with the paint and chat. So get your paintbrushes ready, put your thinking caps on, and rev up those engines because we're going to kick some ass this year. I will see you real soon, and as always, happy trails.